This is about the question answer, right? So, what's your question?
So you say if the first noble path is all existence is dukkha, so just by existing, the moment that we're born, we're suffering, according to the Buddha. So, what's the difference between what the Buddha experienced and what we experience? Because the Buddha is existing just like we are. So why isn't he suffering just like we are suffering?
The Buddha will suffer.
Oh, he's also suffering.
The Buddha will suffer. Yes, absolutely. He will suffer. So that's why he looked for when this is the story about the Buddha, right? When his mother pregnant, and then his father seek some advice from some of the elderly, and it's kind of like fortune teller, or how do you call that one? The horoscope thing, astrology, like that, astronomy, things like that. And they would predict the Buddha either would become a rated king, or he would become a monk, a rated monk, the father of the world actually right now. So he was born, right? And then he was born to his mother, right? And he suffered everything the same thing. But his father, because his father didn't want him to be a monk, so he tried to keep him live in the palace with everything beautiful, with no cause of suffer. He see no flower, no dead flower, no with the flower. Everything new, everything almost, like the people take care of everything good. The way he go everywhere, he just see all good people, good things like that. So actually he too suffer. So he looking for it. So one day, by chance, he went out and he saw a dead man, a sick man, a dead man, things like that. And then he questioned himself, how come? But actually, I would say that is just a little bit history of Buddhism, because if I was him, I would question my father, right? I would question my father if I'm all like my father or not. What if my mother died? But it's just a story, because the Buddha, he was so naive. So naive at that time. He didn't know about anything called suffer. Buddha was born into a very strong man. He was born at the 12 month. And he was excellent in his physical, his mental, and of course he was a prince. He inherited the best thing in the world for him. He wanted everything he wanted. He had everything he wanted. And even his father brought him into the parliament that time, teaching politics, things like that, you see. And he learned everything. He gone through everything like we go. He suffered everything like we do. Jesus suffered the same thing.
So, like, once you become enlightened like him, do you still suffer? Do you still experience pain? Do you still experience suffering or happiness or sorrow?
To get to his final stage, that's the state of happiness. But to get into that, everyone, we have to go through our suffering. That's our lesson. If we are not suffer, how can we learn? If we are not fall into the happy state, how we don't know that what is suffer? We have to. Everybody have to go through the lesson, no matter that life. You have to.
You talked about not everybody has to become a monk to cultivate, but will becoming a monk make you progress faster?
If you become a monk, you live in the monkhood, you would be limited to the world's desire and crave. Because you will be limited to your daily life. You live under strict rule. For example, you have to wear the clothes that everybody wear in the temple. That is the robe, right? The yellow. And you have no choice. You can't wear, today I wear blue, tomorrow I wear pink, and then I wear red, yellow. No. And that robes only for monks wear it. Nobody want to wear it. Right? And because you are in that robe, you are given the status of respect. So you got to behave. You have to behave. You have to live in the rule of it. You cannot, according to the rule, it's a strict rule. Nowadays, it's not strict like before. Before, you couldn't even touch money. Now you touch money, that's fine. Now you can receive donation. You can go out, you beg for food. They will donate you food, they donate your money. That's fine. If you become a monk in the Hinayan, like in Thailand, there is no cooking system in the temple. You have to go to beg for food every morning. You have to go to receive donation every morning. That's the way you want to be. You have to live in the temple. You have to go out in 6 o'clock in the morning and you have to be back before 8 o'clock in the morning for your breakfast. And then you have another meal before noon. That's it. And you have to eat what they donate to you. And you will be away from a lot of things from human. You cannot have sex. So you cannot desire for that. And you cannot live with your family. You cannot go out. You cannot go to bar. You cannot go to pub. You cannot go shopping. You have to be here. You have to eat because you don't buy food. You don't cook. Why you need to go to grocery? You eat donation, right? The food from donation, and people come to worship you, and you just work in there. So your life quite comfortable in the form of contentment. You live very content. So that you will learn the contentment, the life of simple, because you will be away from the society dresses. You don't worry about tomorrow if you have money or not. You don't worry that if you will be fired because you don't have a job. Right? And then you just come and then you just do some ceremony, depend on you. Some will refer to sit meditation and practices. Some will do the ceremony for other people, like death ceremony or wedding or things like that. So your life will be limited into those scopes, and you will experience a different life. So that if you refer to be in the religious life and a Buddhist monk life, it will be like that. You will learn different things, but people outside don't learn it.
So is it correct to say that the cause of our suffering is our ignorance, or is it our ego?
The ego is the ignorant.
Okay.
Because you ignorant, so that's why you think the self are important. Because you ignorant means you don't know. You think, like I said before, mind. When you said mind, everything belongs to you. Because you possess. You said my body. For me, my, what mind? My mind. my hand, my pen, everything. You when you say my, it's not you. When you say I, what is I? Where? Your hand? Your ear?
Yeah.
Your teeth? Your brain? Is I? I is the combination. Right? The combination of many things. So because we tend to think we are the center of everything. So that is the ignorant. What is ignorant? Ignorant because we don't know. It's not about stupid. Stupidity is different. Stupidity would refer to, for example, like animal. Animal, they are not capable of comprehend human knowledge, behavior. Right? We are capable more than them. We comprehend better things, spirituality. So that's why we can remove our ignorance. But if we continue to live in a world of self-centered, we think we are everything in this world. Our mind, everything, us, belong to us. We are the first, America first. That is the ego. Nationalism is ego. Right? So when we think our ego is so high, that is we are very ignorant. And we tend to suffer. Absolutely. When somebody say things that make offended because something is thing that it make us feel our self separate, we will be angry and we be suffering. Some people say you are stupid because we think like that. Oh my God, we got angry, right? Because ego, like this, who come and say you say me stupid, right? You are ugly, and then we got very offense. You are black. You offend because we don't understand ourselves. There's nothing, no. Later we understand there's no black, no white, nothing. That's the beauty. Okay.
Next, so once we eliminate our craving, what takes the place of the craving? If there's no more craving,
when we take the craving, so we will stay in the state of peace. Because there's no desire. Right? We don't desire, and then we don't have anything to meet. And then we be in the state of peace. We just live at the moment. It's like here, right here. We are happy with our tea. We're happy with our milk. We enjoy because the mindful. We enjoy everything. It's like it's beautiful. So when we remove that, so we will be happier because we don't have desire. We don't have suffer. We don't have to fight for anything.
So is it correct to say that adopting a higher ethical standard is the first step towards ending dukkha?
Adopting, I said, adopting the A noble trust is the ethical in learning, in living. Yes, because that kind of ethical teach us the more insightful in our life. We will respect others because we see things. We have the right thought, right? We see things right. Everything in the way I see, in the logic way is, we will tend to act better. Yeah. So we won't be condemned into bad karma, right? Suffer because our brethren attached. We understand it. Right? But then we expect we do that. But we know, and we expect, we already accept whatever is in. Do our best. Yes.
And my last question is, since you said the first step towards being more spiritual is being religious.
Can you say louder?
You said the first step towards being more spiritual, you have to start with being very religious. What does it mean to be religious?
Religious. It's very important to be a religious person. Religious person is a person uphold the ethical tenets of a religion. I'm religious, for example, like I respect people. I respect life. I'm very religious. I respect life. I respect you, right? And I don't cheat. I don't commit bad things. That is religious. Because I know that bad karma. I don't try to talk bad to you in the back. That's religious. Religion and spiritual is the parallels. The same thing, you know. But religion is something because sometimes we uphold many things. It comes from a religion, so we are religious. We are not because I'm not really specific any religion, but I'm a religious person. I respect your tradition. And the Christmas, I respect your Christmas day of the Christian like that. Or in Buddha day, I respect that day as yours, your belief. And I think it's good, yes. The religious is thing like we uphold. Like we don't commit bad thing. Because we know bad thing, nothing bad. It's karma. Karma is the worst, religious word already. Now people using more karma. Karma is kind of like a debt. It's also karma. It's good karma. It's kind of merit. Opposite that, it's kind of like we do good thing, we receive good thing. It's just like when you read the book, you will get knowledge from the book. When you roll a lemon tree, you will get a lemon. You never get an orange, right? It's common. When you roll let's say a rose, you will get a rose. It never give you a lotus. Whatever, you see. So we understand that is religious. You have to uphold some kind of standard like that.
Okay, it's the first step towards being more spiritual.
Understanding. Okay. And from religious, you will understand more about your daily behavior. And then what you should do and what you should not do. Because you just remember, if I push you in a jungle, you wouldn't know what and what. You would do whatever you want to do. But a religious person, you cannot. Some certain thing you won't do it. You won't do it because you understand it, not because the law say that. You do a lot of things the law doesn't say anything. Right? You do the law, you see, for example, like you never harm others. The law never tell you, oh, you cannot, let's say, you cannot kill animal. No, the law doesn't say that. You don't kill. Because you respect life. The law didn't say that you must eat vegetarian. No, the Lord don't say that. But you do. Vegetarian, you refer more vegetarian because you think it's good for your health. But for even more spirituality, you understand that eating more vegetable is good for your health. It doesn't mean that you don't eat meat. Later I would teach you why we don't eat meat. Why we eat meat? Why do you eat? We do eat because eating vegetarian, vegetable is still life. But the life in vegetable, because the vegetable it doesn't have the mechanism like animal. But it still live, it's still life. If you don't give the water, it will die. If you cut a vegetable, you eat, you still kill it. But they are more acceptable because in plant they don't have the aggression like animal, like human. Probably the scientists they also research that plant also have expression of fear, understanding, surrounding. Plant grow. You can see that some plant grow exactly like animal. Right? You see, it has the reflection, but it's unacceptable because it doesn't express in the way of perception of our feeling, our see, dimension. We don't see it, so it's acceptable. And another point is because human, we have to consume to survive, to grow. So it's acceptable to eat. But we don't kill. We just consume the product. We can eat meat, but we don't kill. We can eat cow. We don't eat the cow, but eat beef. But we don't kill a cow. We can eat pork. We don't kill a pig. Of course, nobody kill with. We cannot eat that either. But we in a society with the production, everything has the worst role of it. But we can refrain. We have a choice, not killing. We respect people who kill. That's their job. They have their own karma either. The animal will kill, slaughter at the moment. They also they have own karma because they were fed by human. And they were slaughtered for food. And also they were breeding. Right? They were breed. So everything is in mechanism at the moment. In the future we don't know. Probably in few hundred years, human will eat less meat and less meat and less meat. And we change to some form of vegetarian food or some kind of different diet. That is development, evolution in technology and society. That we don't say, we don't know. But at the moment, we all consume. In the future, we still consume, but a different kind of consume. The spiritual, right?
That's my last question.
Okay. So you see, in the about eating, I tell you a little bit about eating. I wouldn't offend if people eat vegetarian. Some religion or some like even within the Buddhism itself, Haniyan in like original Buddhism, they eat meat. The monk eat meat. The monk eat whatever they receive from donation. And in the Mahayana, they refer to it vegetarian. So they cook. So that's what I said in the temple in Thailand.
No cooking.
They no cooking. They no. Because the monk not supposed to touch knife. To refrain, you see? Even they refrain the cause at the beginning already. No. If you touch the knife, you have a chance to kill. If you own a gun, one day you will use it. Right? So better you don't.
It's self-control.
Yeah. That's self-control. It's better you are not, you in control. You are not allowed to touch it. So you don't have a knife, you don't touch a knife. You see, and probably now they touch it. But you can see that why the monk can eat meat. The monk can eat meat because to reduce the reference. If you refer, because in the past in India it was very poor. When the monk go to beg for food every day, and because the people were poor, so they just give whatever they can to the monk. And sometimes meat, sometimes vegetarian. And what happens if you are vegetarian and they don't have? That day they kill a chicken and they donate to you. So would you eat it? You should eat it.
Being less selective.
Because this time it's not about selective reference. You eat it because you just eat it. So no matter eat meat or no meat. It's like my aunt, you see that she prefer not to eat meat. She prefer not to eat beef, but she eat chicken. Everything prefer beef, born within that. She select it. So that's her choice. But what if she go with you to for a restaurant and then only beef? You see? That is very disturbing. Her preference make her suffer, go to suffer. So that's one monk. But probably, yeah, you know, the preference, you should donate vegetarian to the monk. So for us, we live outside here. We are not monk. We still can eat, but we don't kill. No killing. So because we don't kill, right? We don't kill, so we just consume the product, like the fish, the chicken, the beef, the pork. All the product. If we don't eat, it's still there, because we have to consume it, right? And it's why not in our life. It's life here, it's beautiful. Okay. We can eat, but I don't personally. I don't like pork. I feel it's smelly, so I don't eat a lot of pork. But I did because they I eat more fish. Because we understand fish is better for our health. And my mouth, my taste is still not 100% for vegetarian. So why? I still eat things. But I don't kill, absolutely. And later on, I will teach you about the 5 recepts. That's about refrain from, cheating, eating like that. But the food. So that a part of like eating meat. So we can eat, but we don't kill. It's okay. We don't have much reference about that. But of course, when you merge with the flow, you enjoy everything more. Beautiful.
Everything is beautiful.
Beautiful. Yes. Nothing to reject it. But now we are learning a different thing. Now you are in Buddhism. You get into that. We are not going about that. Later on, we go different parts. We go back to different subject. Okay.